Hello everyone, my name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Greetings from sunny Thailand. This summer I already did a video about a first vacation with a Ukrainian lady, and I have noticed a huge attention to this video. There are many comments and many questions that we have received about it. So I have decided to make the second video about the first vacation with a Ukrainian lady. From the very beginning, I want to remind you that right now we are speaking about international dating, and in particular dating a Ukrainian lady. It's very different from not international dating, from local. Because if you have just met a girl in the next coffee shop back in your hometown, you can ask her out several times to have coffee before you even ask her out for a real date. If you are speaking about international dating and you are traveling across half of the globe, you are crossing the ocean to meet the girl, then for sure this date would be very special, and expectation regarding such a date would be higher than a local date and just a cup of coffee. In Ukrainian culture, ladies dress to impress, and when they start dating, when they reach the stage that they are actively searching for a boyfriend, for a gentleman who can become their husband, they truly invest into it. I have watched it so many times when my female clients spent weeks preparing for the first date, shopping for the perfect dress, perfect shoes, getting their nails done, getting their hair done. I have watched it when girls have taken time off from their work the day they have the first date with the international guy, just to make their hair done, their makeup done, and during the date, of course, they will act like she has woken up like that. That's part of our culture. So if you have met a Ukrainian girl at the dating site or through the matchmaking service, or maybe you were lucky enough to meet her on Facebook or on Tinder, and you are traveling over to meet with her for the first time, so this first impression would be really important. You can't just ask her out to have coffee in the coffee shop. She won't understand it, because for her this first date would be a big deal. So it won't work if you will just ask her for coffee, because the amount of energy and time she will invest there, it won't be equal to you inviting her out for coffee. Another important aspect that I would like to discuss with you is the fact that if you are dating internationally, even if you have traveled to Ukraine to spend like a week or 2 weeks there, you will have a limited number of time you will spend with the lady. So you will have several dates. Even if you will date like every day during that week, it's still not enough to really get to know each other. And there would be this period of time when you will start communicating online instead of offline, because you will return back to your country and you will be texting, Skyping. Usually I recommend to make this amount of time not longer than 2 months, because all the emotions and all the connection that you will manage to build offline will start fading after like a month or two. So after you have returned back home and you have survived this period of time while you are texting and Skyping back and forth, and like 80% of my male clients honestly tell me that they have fallen in love with their now fiancés, girlfriends and wives during this amount of time when they were texting back and forth, because it can be very intimate, you know, like this long distance communication. You can either make it not very interesting, boring and frustrating, or you can bring it to a very romantic level. So let's assume after your first trip to Ukraine and after you have survived this month or 2 of long distance communication, the question that will arise, when will you meet again and how you will meet again? Usually I recommend to plan a meeting at the neutral territory. Why not in Ukraine again? Because first of all, you have already been there. Of course you have managed to see the lady in her everyday environment, but you are not on the same page there. Well, you are a tourist in Ukraine and every evening you return back to your hotel. She is back home, surrounded by her everyday routine. So in the morning she goes back to work and you are just a tourist. So this doesn't make you equals, doesn't put you in the same position. If you plan your second trip to the neutral territory, it can be a new city or a new country, you would be on the same page. You both would be tourists in the new country, in the new place, and you will have all this time to spend together. She won't have to return back to work, she won't have friends calling her over, so it would be like a good quality of time that you can spend together and actually watch together 24/7. So some guys were commenting my first video about the first vacation with the Ukrainian ladies, and they were claiming like, why should I go on vacation if we haven't been intimate yet? Like, don't take a lady to vacation if there was like no sex yet. I got it if you are speaking about local dating, but when you are speaking about international dating and dating a Ukrainian lady in particular, then there would be a probability that your second meeting would be at the neutral territory, and this meeting will actually show, it will indicate whether you will bring your relationship to the next level, whether there will be intimacy there or not. So yes, I believe it is important to discuss a second meeting at the neutral territory because it would be vitally important. It will show whether you can bring your relationship to the next level or whether there is not enough chemistry for you two and you are not actually at the same page. Early stage of relationship can be very intimidating or it can be really wonderful. It depends on you and your attitude a lot. So when you are planning the first vacation with the Ukrainian lady, if you didn't have sex yet, and I assume this would be the case because you have just met for the first time in Ukraine and you have spent several dates, so it is important to make sure that both of you are comfortable during this trip. Some guys assume that if they will just book one room with one bed, that this will stimulate the lady to bring the relationship to the next level, to jump on the guy and have sex with him. Guys, it can be such a huge turn off. Nobody wants to feel pressure. And also it is important to build this romance, to build this chemistry level. Sometimes anticipating something, waiting for something is even sexier than actually having that sex. So if you are inviting Ukrainian lady for a vacation with you, just ask her whether she would like to have a separate room or she's okay like staying in one room. Have this conversation with her. For a Ukrainian lady, it is really important to see that you are investing into this relationship. And by investing, I don't only mean materialistic stuff. I'm not speaking about money right now. By investing, I mean that you tried to build this romantic atmosphere. You try to actually get to know her. And many ladies, when they are getting ready for a holiday or vacation with a gentleman, they buy special clothes, lingerie, because they want to impress, you know, and there should be this intrigue. So actually sometimes it is a good idea to have separate rooms so that in the evening when you are going out to the dinner, she can just wow you with the way she looks in the short dress and with her hair done. So guys, if you are thinking about the first vacation with the Ukrainian lady, my advice to you is discuss it with her. Don't just book one hotel room. And while you are making plans for your first vacation together, make sure that she is involved in the process. Because discussing a vacation, making plans together, it can actually help you create this special bond. Just think about it. You will have something in common, a routine, a mutual routine for both of you. Discussing sites that you can see, choosing the hotels, making some plans. You should build this anticipation because it is important to be looking forward to an event like having a first vacation with a guy you like. I want to wish you now only wonderful, romantic first vacations. There is a bird singing over there. And with love, Svetlana Mukha from Diolli.com.